So
Yeah.
what do you have going on now? Are you putting out mixes regularly, or is this like just a once in a while kind of thing?
No, actually, like I ramped up my mix, like putting out mixes since I've been out here because the gigs I've been playing are like so diversified.
Mm.
Where like as like a resident DJ in Orlando or anywhere else, probably in America, like you get hired to play a very specific format, and you
Yep.
do that week in, week out, and so it's like, oh, here's my mix number 7 of like the same genres over and over again, and
Yeah.
a
It's
lot of the
crazy.
same music. So like, yeah, I'm doing a lot of like different gigs for different clientele, and so the music reach is a lot more vast. And so
Yeah.
yeah, I just started like hitting record and be like, oh yeah, this will be a cool one and something different. So I did like a 90s all 90s hip hop for like 2 hours like
Nice.
a month or so ago, and like now I'm doing this like new disco like series, and
Nice.
who knows what it'll be next. So, but yeah, it's cool. Like it's
I've been doing a lot of like every week. So Mondays I do the mix, a Monday music mix, that like just to kind of get my fingers and my hands like still moving and working the right way, and my brain, my music brain, like it's like any other muscle, man. You have to, like thinking on the fly for new music and new ways to mix this song into that song, and like that's stuff that only happens when you're out there working that stuff out. And I can tell there's going to be a bunch of DJs out there that are going to walk out to their first gigs and get those and just train wreck all night because they haven't touched their music at all. So so I do a weekly mix. So I'm glad that you're doing that too. That's dope.
Well, it's funny that you're talking about it, because I'll go like a month or a month and a half without a gig, and it's like, it's funny because I feel like we kind of take it for granted. Like you're almost like the way your brain processes music, and so like when you're working like 4 or 5 gigs a week, you can just be like, oh, the energy's at this level, and then like 6 songs pop into your head, and you're like, and then it just is like very fluid.
Yep.
And now it's kind of like I take a month and a half off or something. I go into a gig and I'm like, God, what was the name of that track that would be perfect right now? And it's like I'm going to like Google on my phone and like doing all this like abstract like searching to figure out the name of the perfect track. And so yeah, exactly what you're doing. But like it's just so it's funny you lose that like quickly.
Oh yeah. And then you have so you remember the CD days and like promo only the promo only library where you kind of like you had to type in. It was like almost like an Excel spreadsheet of like where the hell is this? Yeah, man. Oh god, that was a nightmare. I was just talking about. I did a gig for Tommy Hilfiger for Black Friday.
Nice.
And I DJed. It was like in 2009. And I DJ'd for 17 hours. And it was, I think it was like 75% of it was CD. And like at 3 a.m, dude, at 3 a.m, I am outside the Tommy Hilfiger store. There's 150 people like all around me. These 2 break dancers hear me mixing and just start dancing in front of the Tommy Hilfiger store. And the regional manager came from the back and started recording everything. There was like a big circle and stuff. It was pretty dope. It was like 3 a.m. Weirdest thing in the world because I was completely drained. But like,
that speaks volumes, though. 3 a.m, 17 hours later.
Dude, yeah.
Still killing it.
With CDs, bro. With CDs and CDJ 1000s.
I bet you had that. I bet you had like a couple of those like gangster books with the 200 CD cases. Like they weighed a ton.
Yep. Oh yeah. I still have them. Actually, I still have them in a milk crate over there.
That's right. That's right. The OG all black.
Yeah. It doesn't get more OG than that, really.
No, it does not.
So I've had I've had like. I'm starting to do a series of people in different countries and how everything is going with COVID. And so far, I mean, I've been looking at the numbers and seeing who I'm going to talk to and stuff. And so far, you guys have won. You guys won COVID. I thought South Korea won COVID. No, you guys won COVID. So shout out to Thailand. Although, is it true that you can't smoke weed there?
I don't know. It might be frowned upon, but definitely a lot of potheads over here for sure.
Okay, good. I you know what? I get into these like Locked Up Abroad series, and I'm watching those and get really ripped. And I realize that there's some South Asian country that like will put you to death if you get caught with a J. I'm like, that's a place I'm not going.
That's Singapore for sure.
Oh, okay, that's Singapore.
Yeah, they don't play around at all. Singapore is the no messing around city state.
So you don't not going over there, huh? Don't.
Yeah, well, we went to Singapore twice, but yeah, it's a very interesting place, like the cleanest place I've ever been in my life. But yeah, it's very it's very by the book. Like you can feel it when you touch down. It's like don't mess up there.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm one of those guys that like I am just fascinated by like North Korea and places like that, like where you're not supposed to go. I guess it goes back to my old where I just want to get into places I don't want to go. I can't get into.
You shouldn't be.
Yeah. So wow. Okay. So crossing Singapore out of the list and putting Thailand at the top.
Yeah.
You guys are apparently. And what's the travel like? Are people allowed in right now?
There's a 15-day quarantine, so you have to stay at these designated hotels that are paired up with hospitals.
Oh wow!
It's an outrageous price too. I mean, you're paying like quadruple, if not more, than what you would normally pay, and you have to stay in your hotel room. Like you can't leave your hotel room for the first 7 days, and then after 7 days, you can leave for like an hour, and then after 10 days I think you can be out for like 3 hours, and then like the last day or two I think you can go to the pool. But I've talked to people that have done it, and they said it's just so miserable. But yeah, you're basically like a prisoner of the hotel for 15 days, and then you're getting like COVID tests like intermittently through it, and you're getting like heat checked, and there's like a whole like itinerary of like COVID precautions while you're in there. So
dude, I can tell you right now, every libertarian listening right now is losing their fucking mind.
Probably, yeah. Like, exactly.
We won't do that here. Well, yeah, that's why we have 250,000 deaths.
Yeah, I mean it's the thing. Like it sounds pretty like outrageous, but at the same time, they have the numbers to back it up. So
exactly.
Yeah. So actually, my fiance and I were just talking at dinner, and she was saying that there's an article that just came out about somebody that illegally got into Thailand apparently and had COVID.
Oh,
and so there was some like recent, like up north around Chiang Mai, there was some like recent like super spread or something. But they do like contract tracing, like they've got it on lockdown. So it's like it's not like it's not a question of like what's going on. It's just like how are we gonna like handle this type thing. So yeah, I guess I don't know. There was a bunch of like infections, but they like I said, they have the protocol is like super on point.
Are you so let me ask you this, because I asked my buddy from South Korea who's an expat. He's been there for 10 years. Are you planning on ever coming back?
Yeah, well, actually, we've tried to come back for a visit twice. And actually, like we were talking about, we were supposed to be in the States now, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And yeah, pretty much like that was kind of what our final agreement was, that it was too risky to see family and to see people. So but now it's like everyone's talking about the vaccine, so it would be pretty irresponsible to go back even before a vaccine is out, since it's kind of like we're on the cusp.
Exactly. Yeah, no, this would be the ultimate irresponsible move. I just read, I was reading up on Livewire. the rock magazine that there was a pop punk band that did a show in Missouri. And like, there's a handful of these idiot bands that are, like, look, man, I get it. We're all suffering. Everybody in live music and live entertainment is suffering. But this is just going to make it worse. And these guys ended up like going on hiatus afterwards. They were so they like apologized and all of this stuff. I'm like, assholes, you should have done that beforehand. You should have just not done it. You should have just. I don't know. I get so irritated. Where can people find? Where can people find you, good sir? Where can people follow you?
Yeah, man. Adam Oam, Facebook, and then adamoam.com. It has my website and like all the credentials and all that fun stuff. My story, Southeast Asia, and then mixes are on hearthis.at.
Cool.
At Adam Oam. So yeah, man, good stuff, dude. Appreciate it.
Thank you for being on the show. My name is DJ Zouain. You can find me anywhere on social media at DJ ZOUAIN. You can find me on the Hijack, which is on iTunes, actually Apple Podcasts, I guess now, Google. Let's see here, where else? The Spotify, iHeartRadio, the N.FM. on your phone. So yeah, subscribe, hang out, and we'll talk to you next week. Thanks, Adam. I'll talk to you later.
Yeah, bro. Take it easy.
Peace.
Later.